Hey there, viewers! Do you ever feel like you're sleepwalking through life with no real idea of what you want? Perhaps you know exactly what you want to achieve but have no idea how to get there. They play a fundamental role in the development of our skills in various facets of life, from work to relationships and everything in between. They are the target in which we aim our proverbial arrow. Understanding the importance of goals and the techniques involved in setting achievable goals paves the way for success. And in today's video, we'll tell you the best methods in which you can set goals which are achievable. From writing down your goals, being specific about them, having measurable goals, setting realistic goals to making sure the goals are time-bound and more. Watch until the end to find out all of them. Number 1. Don't overshare your goals. Try to resist the temptation to shout your goals from the rooftops. Research shows that sharing your goals broadly can trick your brain into thinking you're well on your way to achieving them without having put forth any effort. This will actually make you less likely to achieve them. Instead, share your goals only with your support system until you start to make progress. Who do you share your personal goals with? Are they people who are very close to you or just about anyone who's willing to listen? Tell us in the comment section below. Number 2. Perform a gap analysis. This is much easier than it sounds. For setting goals, there's no better way than starting from the present and then working backwards. This would lead to a gap analysis. You can find the gap between where you want to be and where you currently are. For example, if you wish to become a corporate executive and today you're a graduate, you can assess the gap by finding out what it takes to become a corporate executive. From here, you would learn that it's an MBA degree that can take you there. This now makes it possible for you to plan accordingly to find out what it takes to get an MBA degree and what you have. Further, it would lead to finding out gaps like the group discussion skills and interview skills, which are very important to get through the admission process of an MBA course. This would then facilitate fixing many short-term goals and planning to achieve them in a given time frame. Number 3. Be specific with your goals. What do you want to achieve? Get down to the nitty-gritty with it. Just saying you want to lose weight won't cut it. Instead, try, I'd like to drop 20 pounds and be able to do at least 20 sit-ups in a row without passing out. Watch for any roadblocks that could keep you from reaching your goal and make a plan to get around them. Some questions that you can ask yourself to have a more specific goal are, who does my goal involve? What am I trying to accomplish here? When and why do I make this goal happen? Number 4. Make goals measurable. If you know your ultimate goal is to pay off $24,000 of debt in this next year, that means you have to pay $2,000 a month to reach that goal, or about $460 a week. Break your goal into doable chunks. Give yourself daily, weekly, and monthly steps. Focus on those, accomplish one, then head on to the next one. Number 5. Goals need to be yours. Let's be honest, trying to accomplish someone else's goals for you never works out. Sure, your mom may want you to take classes and switch careers, but it won't happen unless it's what you want too. Why? Because striving to win isn't for the faint of heart. It's hard, and you won't have the drive to stick with it if you're working towards someone else's goal that you're not passionate about. And just because your spouse or parent wants you to get out of debt doesn't mean you will either. You have to want it too. The goals you set must be goals. When push comes to shove, you're the only one who has to fight to make them a reality. Number 6. Write down your goals. Studies and surveys have shown that you're far more likely to achieve a goal if you write it down. We would recommend writing your goals down and referring to them daily to keep them in front of your mind. Writing down your goals also helps make them real to us. If we're just thinking about goals, they aren't physically real, and it's easy for us to change our minds. When you write it down, however, the very act of writing helps you commit to the goal. And it also gives you something you can visually see and reflect on. Number 7. Measures actions as well as progress. Many people get frustrated when they set a specific goal and then fall short of it. While it's good to have aggressive goals, in some situations it may be better to measure your actions instead of your progress. So, for example, instead of setting a fitness goal based on pounds lost, you could set goals for the amount of cardio you do each week and whether you keep your calories below a certain threshold. This is also good for vague goals that may be difficult to measure, such as achieving proficiency playing a sport or playing an instrument. Setting a goal based on perhaps 1 or 2 hours of practice a day may be more helpful than simply saying, "get better before school starts." Number 8. schedule in time for your goals. If you don't make time for your goals, you'll never accomplish them. It's as simple as that. Along those same lines, the more you allocate per day to your goal, the faster you'll achieve it. Rather than leave it to chance, schedule a specific time every day for your goal. This is part of the reason why organized sports and personal trainers are so effective for people looking to improve their fitness. The activity has a set block of time on their schedule, and so people attend it regularly. Number 9. Visualize what you want. Visualization and mental workouts stimulate many of the same neural workouts that connect the brain's intentions to the body. So take some time to properly train your thoughts before you begin setting your goals. This helps you purposefully and intentionally imagine your goals coming to fruition. Number 10. Think about why. Goals can't just be specific. For achieving your goals, you have to ensure that they're meaningful. We'll always do more to achieve goals that have deep-rooted meanings to us rather than achieve something that's superficial. So, if you want to have $1 million net worth because of the status it affords you, you can forget about your chances for success. Reflecting on why you set a goal helps you figure out what's really important and where you should invest your time. That why will also give you the reasons to keep going when the going gets tough. And we all know the going usually gets tough when you're working towards something important. A good idea is to write your reasons next to each goal. Number 11. Set realistic goals. You hear it all the time. I want to make $1 million. This may or may not be an achievable goal depending on your situation. Look at the goals and determine if they're too lofty. While challenging yourself is a good idea, setting goals that are too high may fail and demoralize you. For example, if making 10 sales in 1 month is the best any of your colleagues has ever done, setting a goal of 20 for yourself is probably a little too high. Work your way up so people can see your success and build on that. Perhaps start with 12 as a goal. Number 12. Make sure your goals are time-bound. Goals must be time-bound in order to be achievable. When do you plan on achieving this goal? Don't just say you want to get rich in the future or make $1 million in the next few years. You have to pick a date on the calendar if you're serious about achieving that goal. Select an actual date on the calendar for your specific goal down to the very day of the week. When your goal is specific and measurable, it's trackable. When you give it a real date on the calendar, you can break it down into a monthly and weekly goal. This way, you can chart your progress to determine how far or close you are to achieving that goal. Number 13. Choose goals that inspire you. Set goals that are personal to you, and it'll inspire you to reach new heights. Don't follow the crowd and mimic the ambitions of friends. Pursue something you're passionate about, something that genuinely interests you. This helps create a sense of purpose that'll motivate you to stop thinking and start doing. Setting achievable goals is one thing, working towards them is another. Here's a video titled 7 Easy Ways to Stay Productive and Achieve All Your Goals that'll give you directions to help achieve your goals better. Now back to tips on setting achievable goals. Number 14. Break it down. Setting goals and achieving them is hard. There's no shortcuts or easy routes, but that's what makes the experience so rewarding. If you start to feel overwhelmed, break everything down. Not just in terms of time, but action points as well. Specifically outlining what you want to achieve, when, and by what means will make your goals feel much more attainable. Number 15. Set relevant goals. How relevant are the goals that you've selected for your life and your future? Are they aligned with who you are? Do they resonate with your core values and beliefs? Or do they go contrary to everything you believe in? When we pick goals that are against the grain of who we are, we find it much more difficult to follow through. Take the time to jot down things that make you into who you are. Then pick relevant goals that are in harmony with what you believe in and value. You'll find your goal-setting journey to be much more harmonious and fluid when you pick a relevant goal to your life and who you are deep down inside. How often do you set your goals? Are you able to meet your goals frequently, or do you tend to give up in the middle of them? Let us know in the comment section below. Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Bestie. Wait! What kind of Bestie would we be if we didn't tell you about our other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or right video and enjoy.